Earlier on, we caught up with Roy Keane for a chat ahead of the Liam Miller tribute match, which takes place on Tuesday, the 25th of September at Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Tickets will be released again today on tickets.ie from 10 a.m. and it's a tenner for under 18s on the terraces. There's tickets for all the way up to 90 quid for a premium level if you want to support the Miller family and a bunch of other charities as well. We got a chance to talk to Roy Keane about the whole thing. Have a look. Now, tickets go on sale from tickets.ie this morning for the Liam Miller testimonial on the 25th of September. It's just a tenner for under 18s on the terrace, and then there's tickets available all the way up to premium level for €90. There's a real feeling that Páirc Uí Chaoimh could well sell out, and hopefully it will. No doubt you'll have seen the squads that were announced at the end of last week for the match, and I'm delighted to say that one of the driving forces behind the two teams playing, Roy Keane, is on the line now. Roy, this is a pretty impressive lineup that we've got from an Ireland perspective, and particularly from a Manchester United perspective. It seems like people were very keen to help out.
Yeah, all the players I got in touch with, obviously, at United were very quick to get back to me, and they were all very happy to commit to the game. That obviously a lot of respect for Liam, and they were delighted to get involved, and I suppose want to respect him and obviously kind of celebrate his career and his life. So yeah, delighted with the response and the group of players, and I'm looking forward to meeting up with all of them. That's
the thing, isn't it? Normally testimonials are celebrations, and they come at the end of a 10-year period at a club, and we're kind of used to that. This is going to be a little bit of a different occasion, and it's hard to get that balance between the sadness that everybody who's going feels, and also a celebration of a life that ultimately, you know, was a full life, really well lived.
Oh, listen, the sadness will always be there when someone dies so young. Obviously, Liam was 36. But we obviously want to pay our respects towards him, and obviously we're trying to raise some funds and for obviously Liam's wife and children, and obviously Mary Mount, and there'll be other, no doubt, charities get the benefits of this occasion. So yeah, there'll be obviously sadness, but also it's important that Liam's family get a chance to kind of celebrate his career, and with the players on show, and hopefully a big crowd. Hopefully that will just help them a small bit anyway in terms of their recovery. So yeah, there'll be sadness there, but also we need to kind of celebrate Liam's career and what he achieved in the game.
I think as well, like, there was obviously a huge controversy around the venue, and I'm delighted that's all over, because it gives us an opportunity to kind of think about what this means about football and generally just talk about that. Because obviously, traditionally, we have this view of football dressing rooms as hard places. Everybody is an individual within the team, and sometimes they're competing against teammates for places and contracts. But at the end of it, years later, it turns out that when you do pick up the phone, people have a bond with you and with Liam and with the clubs that he played with. And I guess that's not something really that we reflect on too often in professional sports.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think we're all obviously obsessed to talk about contracts and the money involved in the game, and it's kind of dog eat dog. We all understand that, and we get it when you're a player. But just, Liam is still a teammate of ours. When players move on from clubs, you try and keep in touch. That's difficult. But then when someone dies so suddenly, you realise, how important, I suppose, that teammates were. So, as I said, the reaction I got from the United lads is, we tell you all about what the game is about, and you got to try and help each other. And if you can't go out of your way to help the next teammate, then I don't see the point of being on this planet. You've got to help somebody out. And I know there was a lot of controversy because of the park, but we got there eventually. We had to go around the houses, but I think it's great, more so that more people come and watch the game, and it's a great sporting occasion for everybody, not just in Cork, but for Ireland. Now there's a chance for people to come and watch some obviously brilliant past players. They're certainly not in their prime anymore, but and also to kind of to celebrate. The fact it's down the park, I think, is a real bonus. Just so hopefully we can get 40,000 in there. It was great at the start when it was down the Turner's Cross, but the tickets it was a great reaction to the tickets, and we just hope that'll be the case down the park. And I know again people were upset about it and very emotional about it, and people vented their frustrations, I suppose, with the GA. But listen, we got there eventually, and the GA deserve credit for that. And we just hope now that the people who were upset that they couldn't get tickets will now buy a ticket and turn up and as I said, celebrate Liam's career. And as I said, there's also benefits for Mary Mount. If anyone's ever set foot in the Mary Mount, what an amazing place. They do a great job there. So, the benefits to lots of people are fantastic, and hopefully also enjoy the occasion. And as I said, I think it's a real bonus that it's down the park.
Yeah, completely, and the extra 30,000 or whatever it is that will hopefully show up on the day is going to mean a lot. And I think you're dead right. It is a huge occasion for Irish sport generally. Loads of GAA people have been saying that they're dying to go and actually see the Manchester United and Ireland legends. Will you play for both teams, or is it a half for both teams, or is it 20 minutes for both teams, or what's your plan?
Well, I don't think I'd be capable of playing a half of both teams. I don't think physically I'm up to it. No, I think I'll be just focusing on the United side of it, because obviously I think originally Alex Ferguson was supposed to manage them. Unfortunately, obviously he got ill, and that's where I kind of came on board in terms of the managing the side of it. So I suppose my plan is to try and maybe get 45 minutes. I'll probably start on the bench. I'll see how the pace of the game is going. But yeah, I'll obviously try and get on the pitch, and we'll obviously be able to rotate a few players, and we'll see how that goes. But you look at some of the Irish lads; they probably look a little bit younger than the United group, but hopefully our experience will tell at the end. But I know it's going to be a big pitch, so yeah, it'll be a tough afternoon for some of the players, particularly the lads who might have to play the 90 minutes.
Are we going to see the competitor in you come out over the course of the game, Roy? Are you going to be doing some training on the sly over the next few weeks?
No, listen, I've no plans to be doing any training. I wouldn't get that carried away with it. But listen, do you know what? When you've played sport at a decent level, and I know the other lads will be the same, the Irish lads, and your pride will kick in, and you'll want to do well. And I guarantee you, both sets of players will want to win the match. So I think it'll be competitive, because that's just your natural instincts kick in. But what the lads will be running around and getting really stuck into each other, we'll wait and see. But as I said, when you've been an ex-sports person, you've played at a good level, that never leaves you that bit of pride, you know.
Just on that point you were saying about, if you can't help an ex-teammate, what's the point of being on the planet? Is that generally the attitude in football, do you think, or is that something that footballers kind of realise as time goes on, that, like, in retrospect, the bond that you shared with those teammates is something very special? At the time, it might feel a bit like business, that you're all trying to do it together, but really it is a lesson that you learn as time goes on, that this was an important moment that you shared with people.
Yeah, well, listen, there's always lessons to be learned, and of course when you're playing at the time, you're under pressure to win, and would it be lads with injuries or your contracts, or obviously when you're playing for big clubs, the expectation to win trophies. So yeah, you're very much in the zone and you're in a bubble, so you're kind of selfish in that way. But of course then when you get a bit older and you step back from it, you realise what brilliant teammates you have, and as soon as one of your teammates or any sports person out there that needs your help, then you help them. Whether someone's an ex-soccer player or a rugby player or a jockey or a hurling player, you go and help them. It's as simple as that. There's no other way of looking at it. And obviously the fact is that Liam was an ex-teammate. It makes you more determined to try and help them, especially the family. And that's why you hope that people will turn up now at Páirc Uí Chaoimh. You just hope, because you're still apprehensive. You're still thinking, will people be able to? I know it's difficult out there, but you want to come watch these players, and hopefully they'll all turn up and make it a really special occasion for Liam's family. And as I said, there's loads of other people will benefit from a big crowd, not just Marymount, but probably other charities as well involved. So, as I said, please God, they'll all turn up, and no doubt there'll be mixed emotions for Liam's family for what they've gone through. But when they see a big crowd turning up, and all the ex-players who've want to come over and pay the respects for Liam, hopefully that will lift their spirits a small bit. We know it's not going to fix everything, but we'll just help them along their road, of recovery, shall we say, after the shock loss of Liam.
Right, Liam was a really quiet lad. What was he like as a teammate and as a person? We didn't really get to know him during his career that much, because he was he seemed like a very quiet, nice man.
Well, that's what he was. Liam was very quiet, but in a dressing room you'll have different characters. And obviously I worked with Liam when I was at United, and then I signed him up at Sunderland. Slightly different character when I was obviously working with him at Sunderland, because I was the manager. But at United he was very quiet, but it was a nice quiet. He wasn't. Listen, he was not. He knew about the game. He's a tough lad. To play for the club he did and play at international level, you've got to have something about you. So he was a tough lad, but quiet. But that's a nice quiet. But that's the beauty of dressing room. You have different characters, different nationalities. different personalities. But as I said, the response I've had from the players, whatever you say about Liam, he had a respect of all his teammates, and that's why they're all delighted to turn up and pay their respects for him. I know, obviously, when I signed Liam up with Sunderland, they did a great job for me. Scored some very important goals. Scored a winner at the Stadium of Light one day. I'll never forget it. It was a huge moment. Scored a big goal down at Middlesbrough in the Premiership. You know, Liam had some big moments for me when I was a manager. So, but I suppose just important. He was a very good teammate, and that's why we're all still shocked at what happened. You know.
Yeah, no, it was. I've actually never seen an outpouring of emotion the way there has been as the venues were being discussed. It was clear that the story and the fact that his family are so young had struck a nerve with so many people, and I really hope that today, when the tickets go on sale and tickets.ie, that people will actually take the opportunity to go. And I know it's an afternoon as well, so some people might not actually be able to attend, but at least if you can buy a ticket and contribute in that way, that would be great. You know, there is this sense that a full park would be absolutely sensational, but hopefully it'll sell out either way.
Well, we hope so. Listen, we can't obviously force or peg people to buy tickets, but we just hope that, listen, if you're going to buy a ticket, you just hope they can get down to the game. Because, as I said, there's been a lot of hurdles to get over. Again, obviously, there was a lot of drama about the park, and it was great that it was at Turner's Cross. Cork City were great. But then when the demand for the tickets, we're thinking, gee, because, you know, we'd have to... And then the park happened, and it was great then. And instead of now, you know, looking back and thinking, you know, getting upset with anybody or anything or any organisation, let's just embrace it, enjoy it. Come and enjoy watching these, you know, brilliant players from both sides. You know, the Irish lads look very strong, some brilliant players there, and come enjoy the celebration. As I said, there'll be so many benefits to different people that, you know, that we can all enjoy it. And as I said, fingers crossed, people will make the effort to turn up. It'll be great.
One last quick question about the time of year that the Premier League season is obviously back. Is this something you look forward to? Do you enjoy just sitting down and watching Premier League football at the moment?
No, not really. Well, obviously, the season's just starting now. You know, a couple of days old. I spend a lot of my time watching championship matches because a lot of our players for the Irish lads are in the championship. So, no, I can't say I get that excited. But, you know, hopefully that will kick in when the season gets properly up and running, because the first few games are always difficult to judge. Clubs will have new players. Everyone's making different predictions, and really we don't know until after about 7 or 8 games how new players are settling, if clubs have managed to get big players in. But, you know, I can't say I'm too excited, to be honest with you, but I'll get warmed up to it, no doubt.
The World Cup didn't whet your appetite then. That was, I don't know what you thought of the World Cup, but it seemed like you guys had a good time in Russia.
Yeah, we did. Listen, I like working with good people. I'm very fortunate with my job with Ireland. It's great working with Martin and all the staff there. And I had the same in the World Cup. I enjoy working with ITV. All the pundits are good lads, even Ian Wright is. You know, I can tolerate him for a few weeks. So, yeah, listen, there's some good football there. Some dodgy games, as you'd expect. But overall, I thought it was a good tournament. And, yeah, listen, don't get me wrong. When the season gets up and running, you soon get in the swing of things, and you look forward to watching top quality games.
Good stuff. Best of luck, and I hope the sneaky training on the side goes well for you over the next couple of weeks.
We'll see. No problem.
Thanks a million, Roy. Cheers.
No problem. All the best.
Yeah, so tickets for sale on tickets.ie from 10 o'clock this morning. And look, even if you can't make it on the 25th of September, if you were to buy a ticket, I'm sure that the family and the various charities associated with the Liam Miller testimonial would be very grateful for that. So tickets.ie for the details of that. We'll tweet that link a little bit later on as well, but I think everybody knows it at this point. So